Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to share today's culinary deep dive with you all. We are looking at a dish called Lon Nuea Pu Ma. It's this incredibly rich, highly authentic Thai classic. Now, if you've ever had this in a restaurant, you probably thought, man, I need to be a master chef to pull this off. But as we're going to see from today's source material by Chef Dang, it is surprisingly accessible to make right in your very own kitchen. So let me ask you this right out of the gate. Want to make an authentic gourmet Thai crab dip in just a few simple steps? I know I sure do. We are going to take this seemingly intimidating dish and break it completely down into an easy, foolproof, step-by-step journey. By the time we wrap up this explainer, you're going to have a crystal clear roadmap to whip up this beautiful, rich dip. Okay, let's dive right into this with our first section, the easy Thai classic, demystifying Lon Nuea Pu Ma. So at the very heart of this recipe is the word lon. If you're not familiar, this is a traditional Thai culinary technique. Basically, you take your ingredients and gently, very gently, simmer them in a luscious coconut milk base. The entire goal here is to create a dip that is rich, incredibly creamy, and strikes that absolute perfect balance between savory and sweet. That rich coconut-forward flavor profile, that is the canvas we're about to paint on. Moving right along to the next step, gathering accessible ingredients, featuring pantry staples and easy finds.
Now, you might be thinking you need to hunt down some obscure specialty market or have a giant commercial prep kitchen for gourmet Thai food. Let me reassure you, you absolutely don't. Just look at these culinary building blocks. It's so manageable. For the base, a standard 500 milliliter box of coconut milk does the trick perfectly. Then we've got our fresh herbs, just some sliced lemongrass, shallots, and coriander roots. For the seasoning, it's that classic Thai trinity we all love. Tamarind juice for the sour, fish sauce for the salty, and palm sugar for the sweet. Finally, we finish it off with beautiful aromatics like kaffir lime leaves and chilies. But actually, I really want to draw your attention to the absolute star of the show here. 300. That is the magic number. 300 grams of blue crab meat. And honestly, the best part about this, the chef explicitly points out that you can just use canned blue crab meat. Seriously, there is no need to go buy a live crab, steam the whole thing, and spend an hour painstakingly picking it apart. 300 grams of easily sourced canned crab makes this an absolute breeze. All right, next up, building the aromatic base and infusing that coconut milk. So we've got our ingredients lined up. Let's head over to the stove. The entire foundation of this dish's flavor starts right here. Let's literally walk through these chronological steps. Step 1. Simply bring that 500 milliliters of boxed coconut milk to a boil. Easy enough, right? The second it starts boiling, step 2 is to stir in about 2 pounded coriander roots. Pounding them first is key. It helps release all those essential oils. Then, step 3, mix in 3 stalks of finely sliced lemongrass and about 10 sliced shallots. We are taking plain out-of-the-box coconut milk and completely transforming it. And I'm telling you, at this exact stage, your kitchen is going to smell unbelievable. Just let that coconut milk gently simmer. This isn't just about cooking the herbs down. It's this wonderful sensory process where you're marrying all those distinct, fragrant Thai flavors together into one unified base. Which brings us to the crab meat's secret. This is literally the make or break moment of the dish. Okay, we have officially arrived at what is undeniably the most crucial step in this entire explainer. I'm actually going to slow down a bit here because it is just that important. The absolute golden rule of Lon Nuea Pu Ma is this: do not overstir. When you drop that 300 grams of beautiful crab meat into your simmering coconut milk, you have to be incredibly gentle. If you stir too aggressively or too fast, you're going to shred those delicate lumps and turn your gorgeous crab into absolute mush. Fold it in with care. We want distinct, luscious pieces of crab in every single bite. Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is the technique. Let's look at balancing the flavors, the art of Thai seasoning. So, the crab is safely in the pot, doing its thing. Now we have to build that complex flavor profile Thai food is legendary for. But before you reach for the sugar or the fish sauce, I found myself asking a really interesting question when I first saw this recipe. Why must you taste your base before you add literally any seasoning? It sounds kind of counterintuitive to taste unseasoned food, doesn't it? Well, here's the catch. Boxed coconut milk varies wildly in its natural sweetness. It depends on the brand, the batch, the season, everything. If you just blindly dump in your palm sugar, you run a massive risk of over-sweetening the whole dish. You have to taste your pot first.
Establish your baseline flavor so you know exactly what you are working with. Once you've got that baseline figured out, then we season. As you can see, you start with an initial mix: 1 tablespoon of sour tamarind juice, 1 tablespoon of salty fish sauce, and 1 tablespoon of sweet palm sugar. You gently stir that in until the sugar completely dissolves. And then, you guessed it, you taste it again. In our source recipe, the chef tasted it, realized it needed a bit more punch, and made adjustments, adding 1 more tablespoon of tamarind, 1 more of fish sauce, and a half teaspoon of MSG, just to round the whole thing out beautifully. It is a totally dynamic process of tasting and tweaking. To wrap up the cooking process, we throw in our vibrant final aromatic touches. Toss in 3 to 4 sliced shifa or banana chilies. They add this gorgeous pop of color. For a customizable heat level, drop in some whole bird's eye chilies. That way, if someone wants it spicy, they can just bite right into one later. And finally, the incredible fragrance of hand-torn kaffir lime leaves, right before you turn off the heat. Okay, there is one final visual check before we get to plate this masterpiece up. Check out the consistency. If it's looking a little too thick, almost cement-like, don't panic. Just add a quick splash of water or some diluted coconut milk. What you're aiming for is that perfect consistency. Rich, creamy, and clinging beautifully to your spoon. Not a paste, but definitely not a soup either. And this brilliantly illustrates our final section: serving with fresh veggies, crafting the perfect bite. The cooking is done, but we really have to talk about serving it, because how you eat this dish is honestly just as important as how you cook it. You always serve Lon Nuea Pu Ma right alongside a huge platter of fresh, raw vegetables. We're talking crisp cucumber, vibrant Chinese cabbage, fresh coriander, and raw Thai eggplant. And the reason this matters so much is the texture. Think about it. The dip is warm, it's rich, it's super decadent. Those fresh vegetables provide the absolute perfect, refreshing crunch to balance out every single bite. I actually love this direct quote from the chef in our source material. They said, "A Thai menu you shouldn't miss. Perfectly rich with crab meat, eaten with fresh vegetables, it's absolutely delicious." I think that really hits the nail on the head. It validates all that wonderful effort. It's this incredibly classic, traditional technique, but made completely manageable for your everyday home kitchen. So there we have it. We've walked through finding those easy ingredients, doing that gentle aromatic infusion, mastering the golden rule of not turning your crab to mush, and the dynamic art of Thai seasoning. All that is left now is for you to actually try it out yourself. So what crisp, fresh vegetable will you dip into your homemade Lon Nuea Pu Ma first? I really hope you're feeling inspired to get into the kitchen and create this absolute masterpiece. Thank you so much for joining me today on this explainer. And hey, happy cooking!